So if I've got any black bits on me, it's this hoodie. I don't know why, but it's just, I don't know, it's just like black bits are falling off it. So today you'll see some gameplay in the background. I don't even know what game I'm putting up yet. You don't have to watch it, it's just there if you don't want to look at my beautiful face. I get it. But I want to just talk about how things have been since my mom's passing, and just some stuff, some life stuff. If you've been around on this channel for a long time, you know that I do this kind of thing every now and again, because I feel like a lot of this stuff is important to talk about, specifically for men. And you know, if I can encourage other people to think about this stuff or talk about this stuff, then you know, that's kind of my responsibility, I guess. But I do want to talk about you loyal viewers who have been here for God knows how long on this channel. You know, thank you so much. I don't say it enough. I really do appreciate everything you do for me, whether it's a 50 view video or a 5,000 view video or a 50,000 view video. There's certain people who are always here, always leaving comments, and that's one of the main reasons why I still do this, is because, not that I owe anybody, but it makes me feel good when I can make other people feel good. And I really do hope that if you do watch my videos, I do make you feel happy and good, even if it's for 8 to 10 minutes or however long the video is, because I owe so much to so many people that aren't directly in my life, people who have watched my life grow over the years. And it's really started to hit me lately, especially since my mom passed. I've been really thinking about my past, YouTube, and just a load of other things. And you know, the cliche thing of life is too short. Until you lose a loved one, specifically a parent, I don't think you realize just how true that is. So I've been doing a lot of thinking lately and a lot of planning on what I want to do with my life. I just realized the background music's playing, which, okay, I suppose that's fine. But anyway, so yeah, like 9-10 years ago, I can't even remember now, I was making Black Ops 2 emblems to, I think I had 30,000 subscribers. And some of those people are still watching my videos till this day. There's people who were children when they were watching me, who are now adults, telling me about how like they're getting married and stuff. And that blows my mind, because those people have done more with their life, personal life, than I have. But you know, those people have seen all my ups, all my downs, everything. Like Black Ops 2 emblems was great. I've been getting comments recently, actually, people saying on my videos, oh, I'm here in 2022, anyone else? And that makes me feel really good. It's very nostalgic. You know, and then I obviously met DPJ because of YouTube. Well, not because of YouTube, but that's kind of where we kind of bonded and became friends, and that's a long life friend. So that's another huge W from YouTube and my life here that people saw. Destiny, obviously. Well, before Destiny was like Watch Dogs, when me and DPJ were playing together, and I think he will say the same thing. That was some of our best moments and most fun we've ever had on YouTube. And then you got Destiny that blew up, which changed my life. You know, it's something that is a dream of anyone who plays video games, to be able to earn money from playing video games. And you know, I've always been candid about all this kind of stuff, but there was times when I was earning 10 grand a month. But what I want to tie into this video is that stuff, as much as I thought it was important at the time, it really wasn't important. And the people that watch on a regular basis and who have watched me for years and years and years, that's what's important. The legacy and how you can affect people's lives and how you can help people and change people's ways that they think, or even just help people with tips and tricks and guides and stuff like that. Like that to me is way more important than any monetary gain, any growth on YouTube. And the reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of the time recently I've been getting loads of comments on every single video, which you'll never see because I delete them, of people saying, oh, you're irrelevant, your channel's dead, give up, kill yourself, all that kind of stuff. And it really just made me think, Jesus Christ, people are way too invested on the internet. And even myself, I was way too invested on the internet. And I think it can be a good thing, but I think it's also quite an unhealthy thing too. But then I started thinking about what's important, and that's you guys who watch. And that's why I want to sit here and thank you. And you know, apart from just the good times, you know, Destiny blew up, going to Bungie, getting flown out there, getting flown to things like Gamescom and other events, getting taken down to London, etc, etc. You know, there was bad moments too where, you know, I wanted to give up multiple times when the kind of concept of YouTube and growing and not really understanding the negatives because you blew up so quick really affected me and upset me quite a lot, and I became very angry and very mean and very rude on my videos and comments, etc. And I kind of glossed over that with, oh, I'm just a real person saying some real stuff, when really I was just being a dickhead, because that's just essentially what it was. And then, you know, the whole thing with the shotgun in-air accuracy was quite a big downer on my existence for a very long time. You know, I made a video talking about how shotguns should be nerfed from in-air accuracy, and I think the next week Bungie actually made that change, when realistically they were making that change anyway. People put it on me, and for years, even up till the last 2 years, people messaged me on Twitter, DMs, Instagram DMs, on comments, everything, telling me that because I got it nerfed, that I should die, or that my mum should die of her cancer. Haha, you can't say that anymore. Man, I wish I wasn't so dark with my humor. But anyway, so, you know, people have watched me go through the ups and downs and the highs and the lows. And then I fell in love and got engaged, and a lot of people saw that happen too, and then they saw it break up, and that's when I quit YouTube, because I was not mentally capable of continuing, regardless of how much money I was making or how creative it was for me. I just didn't have anything in me to make videos. And that really broke my heart, because YouTube had been such a big part of my life. But I will say that it was the best thing that happened to me ever, quitting YouTube. So when people see my channel now, low views, and they say you're irrelevant, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. Because if I'd stayed on YouTube and built my channel and started getting more views and just invested everything into it, I never would have figured out that I was autistic. And that is a massive part of my ex-fiance as well, because of obviously the relationship we had and the things that we went through and the challenges that we had. I realized that a lot of them were my fault, you know, not really purposely my fault, just things that are tied to autism that were happening. And after we broke up, I was so devastated and heartbroken that I didn't leave my house or my room for 16 months. And then I realized that I was autistic through watching someone talk about autism. And then I was like, oh shit, everything makes sense. So without YouTube blowing up and getting to the level that it was and being involved in the Destiny community, I never would have met my ex-fiance, never would have learned about proper love, never would have learned how to be a father, because I was learning to be a father with her children, never would have, you know, figured out that I was autistic. So everything that happened bettered my life and made me a healthier, better person. And just when I was about to move on with my life and move forward and push forward, my mom's cancer returned for the 4th time and spread through her body. So she had bowel cancer for 3 times and beat it. No, she had it 3 times and beat it, and then the 4th time it spread to her stomach, chest and lungs. She beat it again temporarily, and then it came back, and that was the last time she had it, because she died. And what I went through with my mum towards the end, because I was her primary caregiver, I lived at home with her and I did everything for her and with her to make her as comfortable and happy as possible. And, you know, my brothers weren't directly here, but my one brother was involved more than the other. My one brother was taking my mum backward and forwards to hospital appointments because I don't drive, and it was just easier and more convenient. So my brother was kind of doing all that stuff while I was doing all the stuff here in the house. And, you know, some of the stuff me and my mom went through, you wouldn't want to see your parent in that situation, and a parent wouldn't want a child to see them in that situation. I won't go into detail of it because it'd be disrespectful to my mom, because it could be embarrassing. But specifically for a son to see it with their mother, it was very hard for me and my mom, and it took a massive toll on us. And then while we were going through all that kind of stuff, she built up fluid on her brain, which nearly killed her before the cancer did. And she changed with that because it affects the brain, it affects everything, to be honest. And after the fact, she just started to become a bit more impatient, a bit more harsh in the way she acted, which is completely just not the character of my mum, because my mum was always happy and positive and a strong person. But I mean, everything that she's been through within her whole life, she had every right to be a bit pissed off after the after the fluid in the brain. But it did take a toll on me and my mum, but we pushed through, we got through, we did all the stuff. And you might say, you know, that's what a child should do for their parent, but there's a lot of things that happen that nobody will ever know. It's just between me and my mum. It happened between me and my mum. Is something that's special to me because I got to be the only person to experience those things with my mum. And those are, even though they're not fun memories, they are fond memories of kind of like the bond and the relationship that me and my mum had. But then she passed, obviously, and I am now looking forward to my future. But it's hard because after she passed, I haven't really been upset because of the things that I told you, looking after her and stuff, and all the things that we went through. I was kind of grieving for my mom way before she died, like 6 months ago, when things started to really change, whereas everyone else didn't really get to see that or get into that grieving process. So when my mom passed, everyone around me was like sad and upset, and you know, the feelings that people should be feeling, but I wasn't feeling them, and I felt kind of guilty and bad and like, what's wrong with me type situation. But then I, you know, snapped back into the idea that, yeah, I've already been through the grief, or at least started the process. And for me, it was the idea of how strong and positive my mom was, even till the very last moment of her life. She was singing and dancing in her bed, hummed herself to sleep and never woke up again, because that's just typical of my mom to just be that way. I thought, well, if I don't be strong now and set myself up for my future, then I'd be doing my mom a disservice. You know, I'd be disrespecting her memory and her honor and what she stood for. So I pushed forward, and you know, I started working more days, because I was only working 1 day a week prior to that, because obviously I was looking after my mom. But I decided to work more and impress people at work and stuff. But I need a full-time contract, because right now I'm temporary hours, where basically if they have hours spare, I was getting them and I was working. And you know, people were telling me how good of a worker I am, how efficient I am, how good I am, how, you know, just everything that I was doing was better than most people do, because I'm just like that. I'm very focused on, when I'm at work, I just work, don't care about anything else, just get on with it. So you know, I've been getting a little bit more physically fit too, but I need full-time contracted hours. So they had a security position opening up to work security in the place that I work. So I didn't even think twice about it. I was like, yep, I'll take it. So right now I'm in the process of getting the job. I have to have an interview, but pretty much the job's mine, because not a lot of people want to work security. So the fact that I'm there and they know how good of a worker I am, pretty much my job. So I'm happy about that, and I'm very proud of myself for pushing my way forward, because I'm not the most physically fit person. I spent the last 10 years sitting in this chair looking at a computer, so now when I work for 8 hours a day, my ribs feel like they're crushing. And when I get home, I have to just instantly get into bed because I got a bad back. I've got a bad back anyway. I have to have chiropractor appointments for it. But, you know, I've started to realize my age and how unfit I am. That's going to change over time, obviously. I'm going to do more to be more physically fit. So when it comes to content and videos and streaming, which is something that I really wanted to push forward with, I wanted to get into a routine of working, coming home, streaming. Whatever I do on stream, if it's fun or whatever, I cut it up and make it into a video, or on my off days just sit and record videos all day. But I've just found it to be way too difficult right now to to kind of figure out that schedule, because I'm so goddamn tired all the goddamn time. You know, prior to my mom passing, I was waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, looking after her, getting her breakfast, and looking after the dog all day. Because he had to be played with, very needy dog. So I was playing with him 3-4 times a day in the back garden, while also running in and out and helping my mom with stuff. So I was on the go all day, And then my mom would go to bed about 9, 10, 11. But I'd stay awake until 4 o'clock every morning, because if she needed me in the night, I wanted to be there straight away as soon as possible, because if I fell asleep, I might not hear her. I might not hear the phone next to me go off or anything. I might just sleep, and then my mom could potentially be at risk. So I was literally for 6-7 months just living off 4 hours of sleep a day, and I was just running on fumes. And now that that's not the case, and my body's just kind of relaxed and not have to think about helping everyone all the time, because obviously the dog has gone too, I just found myself just tired all the time. Like on my days off, I'd wake up at like 10:30, I'd fall asleep at 1 o'clock, I'd wake up, fall asleep again at 6 o'clock, wake up at 8 o'clock, watch some streaming, fall asleep again, because my body obviously really needed some sleep from the past year. So that's been an adjustment and a half to get used to, and that's why I haven't been making videos. That's why I haven't been streaming as much as I wanted to. But it is something that I hopefully plan to do again at some point in the future. So from here on out, you'll probably see some videos every now and again of random things. And to kind of circle it back to the start of the video of me being irrelevant and thanking you guys for watching my video, it's kind of why I'm just making random videos here and there now, because it makes me happy. Like to sit down and play a Fall Guys day and make a video out of it when I know that nobody's going to watch, or not a lot of people. I know you guys are going to watch, but what I'm saying is like beyond that, it's not going to do like 10,000 views. It just makes me happy to do it, and that's kind of cool in my opinion. Not having to stress about that kind of stuff and just play things that I find fun, like Marvel Snap as well. Like who's really going to watch that, honestly? But but I have a lot of fun with it. So ultimately, I don't know what I'm doing. I've got to work, I've got to move out. That's my main focus, but I am going to try and do some videos. What's coming out? So Modern Warfare 2, funnily enough, it comes out on my mum's funeral day, so on the evening when I get home, I'll probably stream and then make videos on it, class setups, anything fun or cool that happens in the game. But it is Call of Duty, so it probably won't last that long in terms of content. The next game after that is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which I'll be streaming for at least 2 days when it comes out, but then I've got to get back to work. But I'll try to make videos on it, you know, helpful tips, guides and stuff, where to find this Pokemon, that Pokemon, etc, etc. And then Need for Speed, I think that's the next game that comes out, which I'm very much excited to look at and play, which will probably be a few streams here and there. Maybe not any videos. I don't know what kind of videos you could make on Need for Speed. After that would be Hogwarts Legacy in February. There's probably some other games here and there in between that's just slipping my mind right now. And then I might just do some random Marvel Snap streams or some random Fall Guys streams and just some random videos on random games maybe, and just fill in the spaces between all the games that I want to make videos on. But anyway, I'm rabbiting. I just want to say thank you. If you're still watching here now, you are the people that this video is directed at, because you are the real ones who are interested in what I have to do and what I have to say, and that's more important to me than any money amount in the world, any amount of viewers or subscribers. That's what's important. So thank you. I love you. Hopefully we'll do this again soon. Hopefully I'll be more active on the channel. But if I'm not, just know that you guys are always on my mind. Truly, honestly, you are. Like, I always think about making videos. I always think about the people who watch me. It's something that's very important to me. It's just finding the time and the energy to do anything. But anyway, I love you guys. Take care. Peace.